shit. Fuck. What up? How are you? I just realized that I told everybody, hey, you can check it out on YouTube, and I might have made it like unlisted. That's all right. I told him I made it free on patreon.com/Eric Zane. Okay. Free Patreon Fridays. John in the house. Oh, my God. It's been a while since I've seen you on this, I think. Tarantula Farmers in here. TK. Jason Mays. Holy shit. He's saying probably like, it's what's taking you so long. Jimmy Stinson from Maine. Jimmy, you know you're with me tonight, right? I didn't see if you saw the email. I've got great news for you people, too. I have news. I have breaking Fear Bunker Trivia Challenge news. Breaking news. Okay? All right. Think we're ready to go.
Andrea, put your tits away.
Hold on. I messed that up.
Andrea, put your tits away.
We should have just, Andrea, put your tits away.
And now, here's a guy who has never won a congeniality award at any radio station anywhere. I will fight you in the streets. It's the Eric Zane Show podcast with your host, Eric Zane.
Hey, welcome in. Thank you, John. Hey, welcome to the Eric Zane Show podcast. Here we go. It is the Patreon bonus. We got new people who don't normally get the Patreon bonus that are going to be here right now. So fucking hey, welcome. Glad you're here. Hold up a chair. It's similar to the freebie, except no ads. It's a daily podcast where I talk about news, nonsense, and my personal shenanigans. I hold in my hand a name of one of the contestants for the Eric Zane Show podcast, Fear Bunker Trivia Challenge, which happens tonight via Zoom, right here, with cash prizes, T-shirts to be given away. I've got Little Debbie snacks from freaking Mike Ball, huge supporter of the podcast. Jason is giving us an synthetic oil prize pack from AMSOIL. So that's nice. All right. So this for the first one, not bad. I've got 10 people plus Kenny, 10 men plus Kenny who will be enjoying it. Okay. So, Kenny is a little bitch. And so he gets a little bitch award. I'm being a little bit more aggressive with Kenny today because I saw his shit fuck comments about my Celestial Excitement discussion when that dumb, dirty, hayseed cock decided to bust out, oh, Grace talking about space, time to go to sleep. Fuck you. The fuck is wrong with you? Do I sit there and criticize you about your stupid, useless job, whatever the fuck it is you do for $2 an hour, you asshole? Totally kidding. I got to say totally kidding because he's got to call HR on me. Like I haven't had that happen to me enough in my life, All right. So here's what's up. Mike Garofalo is the guy I drafted last night. I pulled him out of here because like an idiot, I didn't pull enough names out. You all saw that, hopefully. So I went into today thinking I got my crew. I got my 10. It's all sausage and Kenny. So there's 11 of them that are going to play tonight on Zoom. Well, Garofalo sent me an email, said, man, I got called into work. So, all right. What exactly does he do again? I don't even remember. He sent me Let's see. Hold on here. Yeah, Garofalo wrote, hey, Eric, sorry for the short notice. I just found out I need to work tonight. I drive trucks. I deliver to warehouses and grocery stores. So work has been super busy. I usually don't work on Friday night, but I have no choice. It sucks. I really wanted to play. Hope you understand. Well, of course we understand. Meanwhile, Kenny did. He took a screenshot of my comment. Kenny Hinson, fuck you, you lonely hayseed fuck. That's when I referred. That was my response to you posting what you posted about me, about my comments, my story about Celestial Excitement, which I was so proud to share with you. And then you fucking knife me like that. And then don't give me this, I make you sad. Fuck you, you little fucking troll. This is all your fault. You brought it on all yourself. Eat tons of shit. I think he actually is genuinely hurt now. Oh my God. This is funny. Hang on, we need to get him on the phone. He's not going to pick up now. I guarantee you he's pouting. Kenny makes it a point to let me have it on the comments of the podcast, and then he doesn't think I read that shit. And then I read it, and I let him have it like he so often deserves, and then he gets butthurt about it. That's what happens. Hey, you there?
Yeah, I'm here, fucker.
What, you big bitch? What the fuck is wrong with you? Everybody's suspecting that you're busy, like having a panic attack because I yelled at you on the podcast.
No, they're not. You're saying that.
Well, you wrote, fuck this, I'm out, man.
Well, I told you the other day, I was like, whatever. You can't change it.
What do you mean can't change what? What are you talking about? Explain yourself.
You know what I'm talking about, man.
I don't know what your problem is. All I'm basing this on was your attack of me about my Celestial Excitement, which was a complete gut punch. So I responded in kind by calling you a hayseed lonely fucker.
Okay, explain the attack. I never attacked you.
Oh, bullshit. Listen to you. It's classic. Kenny, great. He's talking about Celestial Excitement. I'm going to sleep. That is, in fact, an attack, Kenneth.
No, that's not what I said. That's not what I said.
Okay, what did you say?
I said that you're putting half of the audience to sleep now.
There you go. Oh, yeah. Okay, so what?
Wait. Half of the audience hates it when you get into that.
Yeah, why the fuck?
That I'm not part of that half.
Okay, Kenny, what you did to me. Now this is what you're doing. You're splitting hairs, you fucking asshole. You totally knife me, and then I read that shit, and you know I hate that, but yet you do it. And then when I beat you up about it, you're like, whoa, I didn't do shit. Oh no, that's not what I did. No. What a fucking asshole. Holy shit. Man. You can't point that shit out.
Than anybody else leaving comments about stuff like Dean. He does it all the time.
I'm not buying this. This is all horse shit. Every single bit of this. You know what you did. You absolutely undercut me and knifed me right in the belly publicly, and then I beat you up about it. And then you're like,
you just blown it out of proportion, man.
All right. Well, I want you there tonight. Unless you're gonna cry some more. I don't know if you're gonna call HR. Are you gonna call HR on me?
Who would that even be? Diana?
Okay, I'll talk to you tonight. I haven't even given the good news. Actually, you should stay here with this for me. By the way, are you down for the game Bet on Kenny?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, that's going to be part of this Zoom culture that we're creating now as well, okay?
All right.
Let's see. Jason says, not a typical day without a beat down. By the way, what are you doing there? Are you fucking cleaning the kitchen or something?
Sorry.
The fuck? Hang on a second. All right, I have Mike Garofalo cannot join us for it. So I'm drawing one more name.
Another dude.
It's probably going to be you.
No, you have to take my name out like forever now.
Shut up. Okay, here we go. This is who's going to join us on Fear Bunker Trivia Challenge via Zoom on Friday night. It is, do you think it's a man or a woman?
Who, me?
Yeah, I'm asking you. Well, who else am I asking? No one else can answer me, you fucker. Who do you think I'm talking?
You can look at the screen and read.
All right, who I'm asking you. Who do you think it's going to be, a man or a woman?
Well, I've already said I thought it was going to be another dude.
It's Andrea. Andrea Schaefer is going to be there. Holy shit, how great is that? Oh, yeah.
We should have just, Andrea, put your tits away.
Yeah.
All I can say is, uh-oh.
All right, so that's good. Andrea and Jason are there, so Andrea can do silly things, and Jason can shake his head.
Andrea, put your tits away.
All right, Kenny, get out of here.
All
right, see ya. Yeah, go mope and complain about shit, fucker. I'm so hurt. He cannot take a beating. He dishes it out so well. Oh. Kenny is the king of these little snark jabs. He'll let you have it with a snark jab, and then he'll put the winky emoji or the hands out emoji or the oh my god emoji. That's gonna make it any better. And then I read those fucking things and I'm like, fuck him. All right. So Garofalo goes back in. He probably should just be given a pass for the next time we play, since he gave up his spot for Andrea.
Andrea, put your tits away.
All right. So everything is set now. Officially. I'm assuming Andrea can be there. If you can't, let me know. What a bunch of fireworks that was. I'm sorry, guys. I'm out. I'm not going to listen anymore. I'm going to protest. All right, let's get into the story about a gentleman from Oregon. He is, we had a story earlier in the week about the 101-year-old badass from Italy who survived coronavirus. And details are a little sketchy about that dude. He was only known as Mr. P. Looked younger than Tony Gates, as does this guy. But he had survived at a very young age, like infant, the Spanish flu pandemic. And back in 1918, 1919, sometime around there. And then also survived. All it said about him is that he survived World War II. I don't know if he was, held prisoner or he was a veteran. I have no idea. He was a veteran of Italy. He was on the fascist side. So, I mean, maybe we shouldn't be praising that dude. I have no idea. But then he beat COVID-19. So that's huge, It's all right. But this story is so much better. Bill Lapshees from Oregon turned 104 years old on Wednesday, 2 days ago, on the same day that he was released from the hospital, survivor of COVID-19. Now, this guy is, there is no wondering about who he is and what he's all about. He, in fact, first was, he wasn't affected, or I should say he survived. I'm really struggling right now. The Spanish flu pandemic, just like the other dude, which that may have, some people said that actually started in the U.S. I think it may have started at a military base in the U.S. I'll have to go back and check that. If that's the case, if you're there where it starts, I mean, you might have even more of a shot of it being more widespread in the home country where you're from. But that dude born in 19 whatever is unbelievable. 1916, I believe, is Bill Lapshees. So he survives that. And then he fights in World War II, and I forget where he was, but he was on in this clip, he's coming out of the hospital wearing his World War II veteran hat. And he somehow was stricken with COVID-19. He lives at the veterans home. He had well enough care, and he is okay. There's a few bits of audio that go along with the story of 104-year-old Bill Lapshees. His daughter and his granddaughter are there as well. This
gentleman is 100 and will be 104 years old.
Whoa!
Happy birthday!
Thank you. Oh, 104.
This is somebody who was born in 1916, so he lived through the Spanish flu of 1918. So I was going to try.
By the way, that killed 50 to 100 million people. It's worth repeating that as often as possible. That in this like 100 years ago, 50 to 100 million people died from that. That makes COVID-19 look like a fucking hangnail.
Very hard to not let him lose the battle to COVID-19 of 2020.
It's very emotional. He's an amazing man to come through all this. To be 104, he's so inspirational. He should be an inspiration to the world. If he can do it, then people need to keep their hopes up.
Thank everybody for coming.
Just him saying that is terrific. He's got enough wits to know what the fuck is going on. You know, if I'm 104 and they wheel me out to say, "Hey, how you doing? Here's the cameras," I'm immediately going to shit in my hand and shove it up my nose, and I'm going to be like, you know, it's going to be terrible. This guy is made of the right stuff. World War II veteran, as I said, he probably killed thousands of the bad guys with his bare hands. I'm looking at his fingers. They look like an NFL guy who's caught too many passes. They're all going like, it looks like each hand is a depiction of the microscopic picture we've seen of the coronavirus, as his fingers are going in like 18 different directions on this guy. He is a total badass. And in fact, you know what else he survived? Lapshees, his wife, who he was married to for like 60 years, died 20 years ago. Now, oftentimes you hear about these old timers when the significant other dies, they just die of heartbreak. You know, every day you turn around, there's another story about some old dude. He croaks, and then 1 minute later, the wife, she kicks the bucket too. But she's like, she's dead. I'm going to move on. And he's probably had tons of girlfriends since then. I wouldn't be surprised if this guy, for his birthday, got, you know, maybe a few hookers at the old folks home and had his way with them. I mean, this is absolutely incredible. Happy birthday to Bill Lapshees of the great state of Oregon, turning 104 years old. By the way, he passes that 103-year-old grandmother in Wuhan, and he leapfrogs over her and 101-year-old Mr. P. So this is absolutely fantastic. It says here that Mr. P was also a World War II veteran. So I think Mr. P, he might be a fucking fascist, or was. So, I mean, if you're fighting for Italy in World War II, we wanted nothing more than to kill that guy. So perhaps a pay-per-view between Mr. P and Lapshees in the squared circle. I can't talk again. And that's the whole thing is stupid. So that's probably good that I stopped. All right. Amazon workers are getting pissed off because they think that they shouldn't have to deliver shit. What do you think about that? You know, they think that the Amazon workers are like, look, if it comes to delivering things, you know, that's a job where we have to come to work and we have to, if we're delivering essential things, that's one thing. But if I'm delivering a copy of the Harry Potter book, I don't know if that's good at all. And I kind of see their point. I mean, if the idea is to remain quarantined, and too often we're not, what's the fucking point? There's also a lot of people that are saying that we should have a national lockdown. I absolutely agree with that. It should be taken out of the hands of the states because what has been proven over and over again is that some of these governors are absolutely inept. Ron DeSantis, the moron from Florida, is like A1. idiot governor. The dope from Georgia, what the hell is his name? Brian Kemp. He sucks too. He just found out in the last 24 hours that this is even going on. He had no idea that COVID-19 was even a thing. He's like last one to the party. Unbelievable. So yeah, that should happen. These Amazon workers are like, this is horse shit. We shouldn't have to deliver these particular things to your houses. I absolutely agree with them. And then this guy in particular in Detroit is saying he's I think he's doing like that, kind of like a press conference. It looks to be a Channel 7 microphone in his face. He had this to say about it.
They should not be selling non-essential items. If you go on the website, all the essential items are sold out. Until you restock and until you close this building, shut it down. Dildos are not essential items. Books for kids, yes, but dildos, no.
Now, fuck the books, too. Fuck the kids. I don't care that they don't have books. I want to stay healthy. This guy going around delivering dildos, well, I mean, that's horrible. Amanda over here is a dildo salesperson, so she's probably pissed off about this. But sorry, Amanda, personal gangbangs don't have anything to do with flattening the curve. So, no, we're not going to be delivering your dildos anymore. Amanda's are essential for our health. Just use the fucking zucchini that you normally use, Amanda, for God's sake, or maybe two. Sorry, I was just saying your vagina's big there. That's terrible. But nevertheless, this is absolutely not essential, and he shouldn't be delivering dildos for God's sake. Stupid. Earlier in the week, we talked about that dude in West Michigan here, but what a story. It's that guy who, the serial flasher, who since the late 1990s has been showing his rice dick to anyone who will look at it. And there was no like video story that accompanied it. I kind of just talked about it. I tweeted about it, and it might have only been on the Patreon. I can't remember. All the more reason for you, if you're new to the podcast, the Patreon, for that. You need this fucking podcast, especially nowadays. That you have a lot more time to listen to stuff. Okay, so this idiot has been, he'll drive up to like your house or sometimes near like the side of the expressway or the interstate, depending on where you live. That's what they call it. Take off his pants, go running to the side of the road with his T-shirt on and a hat on, and masturbate on the side of the road for, 10, 15 cars see him, and then I don't think he's going to actually jizz, but he at least gets people get an eyeful of this guy in his pin. Then he runs back to his car and takes off. So for more than 2 decades, this guy's been heating up the German war helmet for everyone to see, and they haven't been able to catch him. Well, Barton Dieters, who is a terrific deadpan reporter for Wood TV8, did a story about it and interviewed one of the cops who brought this serial masturbator to justice. And this is how it went.
Police say they've arrested the infamous Cascade Flasher. News 8's Barton Dieters is at the Kent County Jail with the naked facts.
Kent County investigators tell me they're glad to have this case finally solved. And while this suspect seemed to want attention, he managed to elude police since 2003. It's a sordid story we've been following for nearly 2 decades. Now this man, 54-year-old Stephen Todd, pastor of Cascade, is in jail after he allegedly confessed to Kent County investigators to crimes going back.
I'm telling you, I've seen this guy before. The second I saw the mugshot, I was like, why? How the fuck do I know this guy? And I haven't been able to place it, but I mean, it's been a long time that I've lived here. I swear I've had some type of interaction with this dude, and I was not beating off with him, so I know some of you are going to drop that joke, so shut up.
2003.
We believe him to be responsible for several dozen indecent exposures over the last almost 20 years.
Pastor allegedly had a routine. He kept his shirt and hat on, but was naked from the waist down. He would stand on the decks or porches of homes in and around Cascade, often knocking on the windows to make sure that he had an audience. He would then
sit there and bang on your sliding glass door, and they go, what the fuck? And then he just starts like pounding it right there. Oh my God. What the hell?
Expose himself and masturbate in front of his shocked onlookers.
Part of what we know about this crime is that part of it is the reaction of the victim.
He also did it in front of businesses and even just on the side of the highway. For years, he would disappear without a trace.
It was typically an act that didn't have an extended duration to it. So it was typically he was sort of out of the area rather quickly and proved to be pretty evasive over the years.
But starting in January, he broke his usual routine and started targeting one woman in particular who had cameras on her home. And it was that and linking a vehicle that made the arrest possible. On Wednesday, police caught him peeping in a window in this neighborhood. Then they found him without pants here in the Briar Lane apartment complex.
Walking around.
He was arraigned today and, according to court documents, confessed to indecent exposures dating back to the late 1990s.
The invasion of privacy that people experience when they're in their home and they feel someone watching them is not lost on us. We take this crime very seriously.
The multiple acts means that this man can be charged as a sexually delinquent person. That means he could be held in prison until the state decides he's no longer a threat, even if that takes the rest of his life. At the Kent County Jail, Barton Dieters, News 8.
So basically, they have to, he'll get locked up, and if they think he's going to start like playing with himself at any point down the road, they won't let him out. How'd you like to be locked up for the rest of your life because you were caught showing your dick to people? What a stupid thing. This guy is seriously warped. To think that it took this long to catch this fucker is insane. But I tell you what, and if somebody were at my back door and showing me his cock like that, I think I would be tempted to actually shoot him through the glass. It's a miracle that nothing really off the rails happened to him from the people. But thank God that woman had those cameras there. I mean, nowadays you can't get away with anything. Cameras giveth and they taketh away. So, holy shit. All right. We got a number of people that are enjoying the podcast. Usually we about double our number on the live stream. So it's cool. I am so happy that you've been able to enjoy it. And if you think it's worth it, my God, it's worth adding to the number of things that we're doing on Patreon just this past week. And it was the revelation that Zoom can allow us to have a lot of fun. Something we could have done before, but it wasn't until we were faced with the stark reality of this is how we're going to be able to interact with people, each other, that it's like, yeah, we can do this and this and this. So there's going to be all sorts of fun activities on Patreon through Zoom. And it starts tonight with the Fear Bunker Trivia Challenge. Next Friday, we're going to do it again, or we'll play something different. I've got a lot of ideas in my head about fun things that we can do, or maybe we'll just do game night where we can do a trivia game. We can do Bet on Kenny trivia. We can do Name That Tune. We can do Pictionary. Oh, my God. And so that's why it's so important that if, it isn't just a podcast anymore on Patreon. It's going to be all of these things. You add that to the already fun, Smarter Than a Former Drug Dealer trivia with legendary Throat/Dale. The fact that you can win cash from Bennett Flooring Installations. I couldn't be happy with the momentum that has been built up in the past week because of that. So there you go. Thanks again for being part of this one. Thanks to everybody checking it out. And we'll talk to you tonight for the 10 or 11, for the 10 guys and Kenny. I'm sorry, 9 guys, Andrea and Kenny. Andrea, I didn't mean to call you a guy. We're going to beat the shit out of Kenny. That's what we're going to do. I'm just kidding, Kenny. I always got to tell I'm just kidding.
You look so amazing in that sundress.
John wants me to play the song to the middle. Yeah, I did find that. I'm going to bounce ahead. I love it. I love it. I love it. The song is called Blue Water Green. Fucking great song.
Get out!
What the fuck happened? Hey! Andrea, put your tits away.
crushing it right here. Let him get it. Get it, Johnny. Get it.
Fuck you. I'm trying to help you, motherfucker. Fuck you, sir.
Anybody got any drop requests? Yeah!
You motherfucking accuser! Fuck you! I accuser of the fucking brethren, you motherfucker!
I don't have any Rappaport drops. I gotta catch up on my drops. Pellerito sent me some I gotta add. I gotta add the one with the old man in the mask. I got a bunch. I got a lot of work to do. Yes. God damn. All right, that's it. 0.
This virus ain't that serious.